So this is the latest jig building that I've done. I think I'm done building jigs for a bit. I think I've got all the improvements that I can think of right now. I built several of them, and I would build one and then use it for a while and think, oh, if I did this different, it would make it a better jig. And then I built the next one and I said, oh, those things worked out real well. And then I think of some other ideas and say, well, if I did this, it would work out real good. So this is about the third revision on my carriers. When I first started out, I was using it when I first started out, I was grinding with the knives in this position. They were more like that, going through, and then I'd have to rock them back and forth. And I got 19 of these neck knives ground that way on 150 grit 3M gold ceramic belt. That's pretty respectable. 19. I thought it was respectable. Good amount. And then I thought, well, maybe what if I can flip it over? Because when you're grinding hard down, and the belt's passing down this direction across that sharp edge, it strips the grit off. And so what I wanted to do is see if I could get more knives, more blanks ground with the same belt by having the belt passing down, so you get a tapered entry into the metal. That's how I ground these, was with the edge down. When I ground those before, I'd actually ground those by hand before, without the carrier. And I got 25 blanks ground on one 36 grit ceramic gold belt from 3M. And I've actually made a carrier for these now. This is a piece of the laser that the laser cut out, and it fits on there. And I get that in the position I want, and then I'll clamp it to the carrier. Same there, same there. These are actually pinned on. Those are pins, they just slip on and hold it. And then I'll put a clamp on to keep it from falling out. This is in place of the pin, this big piece here. So I'll take up the slack and get it in the position that I want. And then what happens is, we'll show it here. Put the blade in it. Alright, this is my jig. I got it in the vise right now. Normally the belt or the wheel would be passing right through this area. Okay, so I've got a little shelf right here for the carrier to sit on and ride back and forth. This is how it's going to look. So what you do is you come in with your blank and you just ride your just ride your carrier back right on that, ride your carrier right along that shelf. It's easier with two hands. And just do that motion, and it sets exactly, your bevel every time will be exactly the same then. So let's see if I can pull it off with one hand and the blank on it. And so what that does is it causes the edge of the blade to pass by the wheel at the same distance all along that curved edge. See there? So it passes by, and I have it set so that when it comes down flat, that's the lowest point of the blade. And then the only thing you got to do is I'll make marks on the top so that I know how deep to put that into the thing. And this is the motion that I make. And you really don't even need any practice for that. Same for this one. For this one I actually have a mark because here I don't have a plunge line. I just grind it all the way to the back edge. And so what I'll do is I'll put a mark so that I don't feed too deep and grind into the handle back here. So I'll put a mark, you know, in about there somewhere so that I know that I have a stopping point. This one I do have a plunge line, and so the mark is right here on top of the carrier so that I can see it and line it up with the edge of the sanding belt, and it comes down there. Let's see. I had some out just a minute ago. Okay, this is a test that I ground out yesterday with the 36 grit belt. And so that's going to be the plunge line right there. So that's ready to go to heat treat. Got rid of that little fat spot on the back that was causing me grief, where I was having a little wide spot right there, by using the carrier method and changing the way that the blade was sitting into the, or being presented to the belt, so that this now is the lowest point. So this just goes in there and just cruises along, and then I watch my mark right here to get to the edge, so I can align it with the edge of the belt and get the right plunge where I want it to be. And it's just that action right there. So now I'm set to grind. I ground one out last night. Took about 5 minutes on high speed. Got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 45 blinks left. I've ground about 30 of them. Not quite 30 blanks I've ground. So these should grind out real quick now that I've got this carrier where I want it to be.